Hello everyone, I Assistant Professor Pragati Shetty from Department of Microbiology, KJ Somaiya College. In this online lecture, we will see the bioleaching of gold, copper, iron and the uranium. So let's start one by one. In this diagram, you will see the rough idea about the bioleaching. So first starting the process with the ores. Now what are the ores? These are the rocks, or we can say any concentrate where our metal is getting deposited, and from this we are extracting the metal. So the metal ores treated for the bioleaching. In the bioleaching we will be inoculating our microorganism. After the microorganism will oxidize the ore. Then the liquid will be separated. As I mentioned in the previous lecture, the liquid will be extracted and the unwanted solid residues will be separated out. Now this liquid, from the liquid leach liquor, we can extract the metal. Metal extraction using the solvent extraction and the electrowinning processes. And with the help of this process, we can get our pure metal from the metal ores or the concentrate or the waste. Right? So now we will see one by one bioleaching of iron. Now in this bioleaching of the iron, there are the ores of each metal, right? The ores, which means the sources where we can, from which we can extract the metal. So for the iron, the ores can be the pyrite ores. These are the low grade ores. Low grade means metal is present in less quantity in that ore, in that rock or in that concentrate. These are called as the low grade ores. And the high grade ores are the metal is present in the higher amount, in the higher quantity. Now the organism involved here is the Thiobacillus ferrooxidans or Acidobacillus ferrooxidans. Now we will see the reaction, the chemical reaction happening in this process. Now first look into the first reaction. In the first step, disulfide is spontaneously oxidizing to the thiosulfate. Disulfide, which is present in the pyrite, is oxidized to the thiosulfate S2O3 with oxidation of the ferric ion to the ferrous, that is Fe3 plus is also converting to the Fe2 plus. Now this first reaction is completely spontaneous, independent of the microbial activity. The role of bacteria comes in the second step, which is the oxidation of the ore. Now this ferric ion, the Fe3 plus ions, are used to oxidize the ore, and our bacteria will regenerate the ferric ion from the ferrous. Right? Look in the first reaction product, there is the production of the ferrous ions, right? Now bacteria will use this ferrous and produce again the ferric ion. So look into the second reaction now. The ferrous will be oxidized to the ferric ion with the help of bacteria. Also, bacteria will oxidize sulfur, right? The thiosulfate to the sulfide. Thiosulfate to the sulfur, right? Therefore, our bacteria, what is the role of the bacteria is here? Bacteria will regenerate the ferric ion, which is very essential for oxidizing the ore, by oxidizing the ferrous ion. So bacteria will oxidize iron and bacteria will oxidize sulfur also. The ferric ion, which is produced by bacteria, Fe3 plus, in the second reaction oxidized more sulfide ion compared to the spontaneous reaction, that is reaction number 1. The ferric ion produced in the second reaction oxidized more sulfide, that is in the pyrite, FeS2 oxidized more sulfide, therefore more metal extraction, right? As I mentioned, Fe3 plus required for oxidation of the sulfide. more oxidation, more metal extraction. The ferric ion produced by our bacterial species will oxidize more sulfide and therefore closes the cycle and gives the net reaction, which is represented in the fourth step. Look into the fourth reaction. The pyrite will be oxidized to give the ferrous sulfate FeSO4 and the H2SO4, sulfuric acid. Now you can see the pyrite will oxidize the 4 sulfide, right? Is oxidizing and producing oxidizing the 4 sulfide molecule, and in the first reaction we can see the pyrite is oxidizing only 2 sulfide molecule, that is the thiosulfate. Therefore in the fourth reaction it is using the ferric ion produced by the bacteria. Therefore the pyrite will be oxidized the sulfide in the higher quantity and therefore higher the metal extraction. Understood? Now this microbial process, oxidation process, will be taking place at the cell membrane of the bacteria. Now this is about the bioleaching of the iron. Now coming to the bioleaching of copper. Copper ores are chalcopyrite, chalcocite and the powellite. From this we can extract the copper. Now copper ore is a low grade ore, and in the bioleaching of copper, which is very similar to the bioleaching of iron, the reactions are almost similar. In this also the bacteria will oxidize iron, bacteria will oxidize sulfur, will regenerate the ferric ion from the ferrous. Therefore the oxidized the chalcopyrite, you can see the chalcopyrite CuFeS2 oxidize the sulfide in the more quantity. We can see in the net reaction there is a 2SO4 plus, which is higher, which is in the increased amount as compared to the spontaneous reaction where there is only 2S molecules. And therefore the net reaction, what says, the chalcopyrite oxidized the sulfide via generation of the ferric ions. Now this ferric ions is regenerated using the bacterial species Thiobacillus ferrooxidans. Right? Now in this picture, the green rock is the metal ore where the copper is getting deposited, and we do the bioleaching of this, and then we will get the pure metal, the pure copper, which is represented in the right hand side of the diagram. Right? Now the next is the bioleaching of the gold. Now the gold ores are calverite, sylvanite and the pedzite. These are the high grade ore. Now point to be noted here is the gold bioleaching takes place only with the help of the high grade ore. Right? From the low grade ores, gold cannot be extracted. Now the gold ores needed to be the pre-treated by roasting or the pressure oxidation. Now why we are doing the pre-treatment here? Pre-treatment is very required so that the gold particles present on the ore, they permits for the extraction. They are making the pre-treatment, making the particles available for the extraction. We can say that, right? Now after this pre-treatment, we will be doing the cyanide leaching. In the previous process, the previous process is taking place with the help of the ferric ion oxidation. In this, the cyanide is present. Cyanide leaching process, right? Now this pre-treatment is very costly, and after this pre-treatment, the 70 to 95% of the gold in this ore can be recovered by the cyanide leaching process. So this pre-treatment is very essential in the bioleaching of the gold. Now look into the reaction. Sodium cyanide convert the gold to the soluble cyanide complex, which is represented in the product of the second reaction, right, into the soluble cyanide complex, the cyanide leaching, which separates the gold, right, with the soluble cyanide complex. Now this bioleaching occurs in the reactor or in the HIP leaching process. These types of the bioleaching processes we have discussed in the earlier online lecture. There are one, that is HIP leaching, slope leaching and in situ leaching. Now among this, the HIP leaching is present in this gold, for this gold bioleaching, right. The bacteria is the same, Thiobacillus ferrooxidans, and after the leaching, it converts the porous ore, which is represented in the picture on the left hand side, the porous ore of the gold. We will be treated this porous ore of the gold with the cyanide leaching, and once the cyanide leaching is done, we will be having with us the pure gold, which is represented on the right hand side, right. So this is about the bioleaching of the gold. Remember, the bioleaching of gold require high grade ores, and the pre-treatment is very essential in the bioleaching of the gold. Why we are doing pre-treatment? Because the pre-treatment makes the gold particle available for the extraction. Pre-treatment by the roasting or by the pressure oxidation, right. After the pre-treatment, we will be doing the cyanide leaching, and with the help of cyanide leaching, we will be having the pure gold with us with the soluble cyanide complex. Okay, the bacteria present here is Thiobacillus ferrooxidans, right, and you can see in the picture there is the gold ore after the pre-treatment. Now this gold ore treated for the cyanide leaching. After the cyanide leaching, the pure gold is extracted. Now the bioleaching of the uranium. The uranium ores are uraninite, pitchblende and the branerite. Now the uranium ores occurs in the low grade, and which is insoluble ores. Now with the help of the leaching, we will convert this insoluble ore to the soluble one, leachable form with the oxidation of the ferric ion. Now look, in this process also the ferric ions are present. Only in the gold leaching, only in the bioleaching of gold, the cyanide is present. The rest three, in each process, in each bioleaching of metal, the ferric ions are present. Now the reactions are there. The insoluble, as I mentioned, the ore of the uranium is the insoluble. So now we are converting it into the soluble form. The tetravalent uranium, which is insoluble, will get converted into the soluble hexavalent uranium with the oxidation of the ferric ion to the ferrous ion. Now look into the bracket, there is oxidation of the ferric to the ferrous, and with the tetravalent uranium is converting to the soluble hexavalent uranium, U4 plus converting into the U6 plus, and the ferric Fe3 plus converting to the ferrous ion. Understood? So these are the reactions present in the bioleaching of uranium. Now the same species is used here also, Acidothiobacillus ferrooxidans. Now the ferrous ion produced during the uranium oxidation are converted back to the ferric ion by the chemical oxidant such as the chlorate, manganese dioxide or the hydrogen peroxide. It can be converted using the chemicals such as cholate, chlorate, manganese dioxide and the hydrogen peroxide. In this also, what is the bacteria is doing? Bacteria is regenerating the ferric ions from the ferrous ions. Now the ferric ion will oxidize more uranium, right? In this picture also you can see there is the ore of the uranium, and after the bioleaching process of this ore, after the extraction, metal extraction, we will be having with us the pure uranium, which is represented at the right hand side. Understood? I hope you understood today's online lecture. If you have any doubt regarding this lecture, please ask in the comment section. Thank you for watching.